Hey guys, long time no see. It has been a hot minute since I uploaded my first video. I'm sorry about that. I know that was like 9 months ago, but honestly, I really just needed some time to myself after treatments ended to just kind of reflect and cope with what I went through last year. I just honestly, I sat down a few times and filmed YouTube videos and edited them, and I just didn't like the way that they turned out, so I never posted them. And the reason I didn't like the way that they turned out, one of two reasons. It was either one, I watched the video back and I just looked very uncomfortable, like I just was not ready to talk about it and share it, or two, sometimes I would watch the video back and just I didn't include the information I wanted to include, and I just didn't want to upload it. So here I am finally providing an update video for you guys, and I'm just going to kind of start from when treatments ended up until now, kind of what's been going on. And I don't want this to be a super long video because I'm going to start uploading consistently, and I'm going to go in more depth for each thing that I kind of mention in this video. So stay tuned for the update. So overall, I am doing pretty good right now. I'd say I'm in a pretty good place compared to last year, for sure. My hair is growing back, so that's good. Obviously, that's not my main concern. A big question I get asked is like, did you lose any hair? It doesn't look like you have. I actually did lose quite a bit of hair on this side of my head. I kind of try to cover it up. If you can see these short hairs right here, that's where I lost hair. This side of my head, I don't really know if you could see that, but that's where I lost hair. My hair grows really fast, and I'm starting to get hair back there, and it's growing really curly and really coarse. So I did lose hair. I do have a picture of my huge bald spot on that side of my head. I may include that in this video. I may include it in a later video. Probably the video where I talk about treatments. But anyways, so I'm feeling better mentally and physically, although not 100% obviously. I'm still struggling with some things, and that's not surprising, I feel like, because it's going to take some time. I'm less than a year out, and yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this update because like I said, I don't want this to be a long video. I'm gonna go in more in depth in future videos, and I'm gonna start uploading consistently, don't worry. So I believe in my first video that I posted, I filmed that like halfway through treatments. And just to say this again in case you're new here or forgot, I was diagnosed with brain cancer, specifically grade 3 REL-positive anaplastic ependymoma last year in April. And I did undergo 42 days of oral chemo and 30 radiation treatments. So the oral chemo that I took was called Timidar or temozolomide. And I did chemo and radiation simultaneously. Again, I'm going to have a whole video dedicated to talking about treatments and in a future video, so I'm not going to go into depth right now with that. Also, I did want to say, I know that I want this channel to be about my experience as a cancer survivor and the impact that has on me and my family and my everyday living. Definitely want that to be a huge part of my channel. I just think it's important for me to share that and spread awareness. But I also want to do some fun videos and kind of share more of my personality. So like, for example, I love to read. I'm getting back into reading now. I've been really into watching book talk. So like, if you don't know what that is, TikTok, people who create videos about books. I love watching that kind of thing. And I love watching cleaning videos too, but I don't know if I'll do any of those. I love watching like daily vlogs, so I may do some daily vlogs. I think that's fun. And yeah, just fun stuff. And I love to write and sing, and I actually just created my first ever song with a producer that I'm working with through Teen Cancer America's Play It Back music program. I will probably make another video all dedicated to that, but I will be sharing my song on YouTube when I'm completely finished with it, which will be soon, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, so I don't want all my videos just to be about the C word. I want to share some fun stuff too, but anyways, let's get into the update. So I finished my treatments on June 20th of last year, and right after that I had a spinal tap and an EEG. So the spinal tap, if you don't know the type of tumor that I had, tends to grow in the spine as well. So the reason I had a spinal tap was to look at my cerebrospinal fluid to see if there were any cancer cells in it. Thankfully, it was clear, it was negative, so that's really good. I had an EEG, and it actually came back abnormal, but only abnormal in the region where my tumor was located. So that's not an unusual finding according to my doctors, due to the trauma that my brain has had. And that was like right after I finished treatment, so that's definitely not surprising that it was abnormal. And I had a post-treatment scan, and there was some inflammation, but other than that, it looked good. Since then, scan-wise, I have had, I want to say 2 or 3 scans at least. And my most recent scan was in January, February, it was in January. It was in January because my next one is in April, which is next month. Okay, great. It's April 21st, little less than a month, and the last couple scans I had showed that I am NED, or no evidence disease. So I can't even put into words, honestly, how comforting it is. Getting scans every 3 months creates anxiety, a lot of anxiety, and if you've heard the term scanxiety, yes, it's true, scanxiety. I feel like the month before, especially, that I'm going to get a scan, so like right now I'm very anxious about my scan, but I know also that it's going to provide me a lot of peace and comfort when I get that scan and get those results to, continue living my life as best as I can. And just knowing that that result's clear gives me a lot of ease. So I am thankful for getting those scans so often, as much as it may suck. So right after treatments ended in June, like I said, I had the spinal tap, EEG, and then there is a big ant on my laptop. Hold on. Anyways, so right after those tests, me and my family decided to take some vacations because we just needed a little bit of an escape from reality, time to relax. So we went to the beach. Those were amazing trips, although I did get a leak from my spinal tap. Spinal tap in and of itself was very traumatic, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna make another video about that, probably when I talk about treatments. It was bad. Just would not recommend. But anyways, I had a leak from my spinal tap, meaning the spinal tap is to check my cerebrospinal fluid to see if there's any cancer cells, and there were not, thankfully. But the leak that happened, apparently some of my cerebrospinal fluid leaked out. You're supposed to stay flat on your back for 24 hours, and I did, but somehow some of the fluid leaked out. It gave me an excruciating spinal headache. Probably the worst headache I've ever had, honestly. It was bad. And we went on vacation right after I got my headache. So that was an adventure. Basically, to tell you how bad the headache was, if I was laying down, I didn't have a headache, so that's great. But when you're in the car, you can't really lay super flat. So I had a headache for like 8 hours on our drive to the beach. And then when we got there, for the first few days, I literally couldn't do anything but lay down. And I don't know what possessed me to do this, but I did take a summer class right after I finished treatments. I actually do know what possessed me to do that. I'm an overachiever and very hard on myself, and I was also trying to graduate. So, hey guys, don't mind the turby twist in my hair. I just took a shower. I'm getting ready for bed, but I needed to pop on while I'm watching this video back, and also just thinking back to what I talked about this morning when I filmed the video. I feel like I left a lot of stuff out that I feel like I need to include, so I'm just gonna try and include some of the main things that I'm thinking about off the top of my head. I had a lot of fun times in between my first video and now. Me and my boyfriend celebrated our 1-year anniversary, so not that long ago, it was last month, so that was really, really special, and we've been through a lot together, more than most couples even have to go through. We've grown stronger through it all, so that was really special. And me and him have also, gone on a lot of trips together and just spent a lot of really good quality time as a couple. And I'm really forever thankful for that. Thankful that even given my health status and situation that we're still able to do things like that together, travel and explore. And I've also gone on some really fun trips and visits with my family, and gotten to meet some of my friends that I've gained through the cancer community. So that's been really awesome. Anyways, that was me just needing to insert this, because I knew if I didn't include this in the update, I'd be like, what? So those are just some other really significant things that I wanted to tell you about. So due to me getting sick last year, I did have to take incompletes in my second year of my junior year. My second semester of my junior year. I believe the last video I filmed, I had just finished up my junior year. And in this video, I am finishing up my senior year right now in college. So I am getting ready to graduate in like a month and a half, but I'm so beyond ready to graduate. My college experience has been far from normal, and I'm just ready to move on to the next chapter. I got accepted to grad school for clinical mental health counseling, so I'm so over the moon about that, and I'm just ready to start pursuing what I'm passionate about, and I really just want to help others, and that is my mission, that's my goal, and my dogs agree with me because they're barking. So after those beach vacations, which were very much needed, came back home, kind of had some just quiet time, like quiet as in nothing was really happening. Finished up my summer class. Also tried working on my incompletes. I actually had until the end of this current semester to finish those. I had 5 to finish, so I actually missed, the reason I had to take incompletes is I missed the last 6 weeks of the second semester of my junior year due to being hospitalized and going through treatments and everything. So basically had to finish the last 6 weeks of each 5 classes I was taking, and that took me a while, and I'm just taking 2 other classes this semester to graduate. So those are like the major updates. I will say I finally found an occupational therapist, and I'm also in therapy, just regular therapy. I'm not gonna lie, it has not been an easy year for me, obviously, but I feel like right now I'm doing everything I can to like make sure I'm in a good place, and that comes with, honestly, just comes with time and going to therapy and doing everything I'm supposed to in terms of, occupational therapy. And yeah, I have gained an amazing community of friends who have gone through what I've gone through, or very similar things to what I've gone through. And some of my best friends now are, they have cancer like me, and they're going through very similar things to me, emotionally, mentally, physically. And it's not ever a good thing when someone else has cancer. I would never wish that on anyone. But it is comforting to have that support from people who understand what it's like, because I'm pretty sure I said this in my last video, but no one ever truly, unless you've been through it, understands what exactly it's like to receive that diagnosis, to go through treatments, to have to sit with that after you're told you are NED, or no evidence disease, and having to try and get back to normal. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to face and ever had to deal with. The constant worries of, you know, it's, oh, yeah, twinge of pain, oh gosh, another tumor. The constant worry that it's going to come back. Constant worry that, you know, the surgery that I went through was very traumatic, and it was really, really, really hard on my body and caused me a lot of deficits, some permanent, some not permanent, but it was still very scary. And just thinking about having to go through that again honestly terrifies me. And there's not a day that goes by, even an hour that goes by, that I don't think about that or get reminded of that. And there's a lot of times where I'll just be doing something random and I'll just be brought back into that place, flashbacks, and I'll just feel like I'm in the hospital again, getting told that news, or getting ready to go into surgery and just like crying. And it's, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to put it into words, but that has been very difficult for me to deal with. And so I think that's why I needed a lot of time to sort all of that out. And I still don't have it sorted out, because that's not something you can just be like, oh, it's, you know, I sorted it all out, I'm good to go. I think it just takes time, and takes me doing stuff that I love doing, and pursuing things I'm passionate about, and that's what I've been trying to do. So this journey is far from over. I feel like there's a saying that I truly believe in. There's life before cancer, and then there's life after cancer. And there's no, your life is never the same. And even if I stay no evidence disease for the rest of my life, it's, you know, constantly going to be worried about it coming back, or, you know, dealing with the effects of everything. And anyways, it's been hard, and I'm still obviously dealing with all of that, but I've been trying to do as much as I can: journaling, singing, creating, reading, you know, staying connected to my friends and my boyfriend and family, and the community that I've gained through all of this. So anyways, those are the big updates. One other thing that I will say, I'm probably missing something, but I don't know. My memory's kind of bad now. One other thing I will say, my cancerversary is coming up on April 1st. So, and yeah, so that's a little surreal that it's been a year. On April 1st, really? Thank you. Wow. So glad I was told on April 1st. But anyways, it is what it is. We're going to have like a get together with friends and family, and we're going to make it a happy day, because I'm not trying to cry that day, even though I probably will, because I cry all the time. Thank you guys for watching this update video. Like I said, I'm going to start uploading regularly. I feel like I'm finally in a place to talk about everything and to upload it and just be real with you guys. And also, I noticed in my last video, some people were commenting some things that I don't appreciate, like, you know, you need to clean up your diet. Don't go through those harmful treatments, okay? Listen. Please don't comment that. I don't want to hear that type of stuff, okay? First of all, I have a very healthy diet. You wouldn't know. Just no negative energy, only positive energy. Thank you. But most of the support and love I've gotten, or most of the comments I've gotten, are very loving and supporting, so I appreciate that. I love you guys, and I will see you very soon. Bye.